Let's talk about what the heck we can actually do to overcome those depressive days when it's simply too hard to get out of bed, when you have zero motivation to even stand up, feeling helpless and hopeless. Meanwhile, the world around you and life around you keeps happening and you're out there being like, I can't. So how can we reframe that state of being and pick ourselves back up again? In this video, I will share 9 really simple but highly impactful techniques for self-regulation that you can implement instantly to get yourself out of those down moments and start enjoying a more positive life, because you deserve it just as much as anyone else out there. Thing is, everybody has those days, sometimes even weeks, and obviously in more severe cases, months and or years. Straight away, full disclosure, this video is not about deep or clinical depression, and if that is what you're experiencing, please seek professional help, because I'm in no way licensed to give you that type of advice. Let me tell you, I'm far from a stranger to depressive episodes myself, and even more so as someone with bipolar, I have had my fair share of manic depressive behavior for the majority of my time on this planet. I am no longer at that stage of my journey, thank God, but I still have many breakdowns here and there where all I want to do is sleep, I don't want to see anyone, I don't want to eat anything healthy or eat at all, and all I want to do is just like stay up late at night and binge some stupid TV shows or get crunk, and basically life just feels like shit. And this is not my bipolar talking. This is just the pressures of life that we experience on a daily basis. The loud voices of our insecurities, the constant chasing after expectations, the complete information overload that we are exposed to every single day. And despite the fact that I have been working my ass off to become my best self, I still have those days when I don't feel my best at all. But this is what I used to be like. Fuck. And the difference now is that I don't allow for those states to drag on for any longer than they should, and I don't marinate in them anymore. And hey, of course, sometimes we need the time off. Sometimes our bodies crave lots and lots of rest. And in those instances, and this is something that I have been drilling into my own head, in those instances, it's super important that you listen to your body and you give yourself the green light and the space to just relax. Even when your mind is telling you that you can't, that your to-do list will not do itself, that the world will literally fall apart if you're not out there running around like a crazy chicken, like a crazy headless chicken. Still, just rest up. Trust me, the world will keep on going and your to-do list will still be there tomorrow. Unfortunately. But in the case that you're feeling down on yourself or not feeling it in general, when you have no energy to get up, not because you physically burnt yourself out to the ground, but just because you're in a desperately unmotivated for a life type of current mood, which is what I call a shallow depression, here is what you can do. First of all, no matter what you do, please do not look at your phone first thing when you wake up. Do not start the doom scroll through Instagram or TikTok, because such an instant exposure to blue light is really bad for your eyesight and your brain neural pathways. But also, psychologically speaking, immersing yourself into the experiences of someone else's lives and into the stress of receiving all the messages and the emails will demotivate you even further. This is you time. This is the time for you to figure out your own stuff. So instead, start with identifying what it is that you're feeling, which will basically be your why for feeling down right now. In many cases, you will find that whatever scenario you blew up in your mind is not fully based on fact. You would tell yourself things like, oh, I suck at this, so why should I even keep on trying? Everything is so pointless. Why bother? Classic existential crisis. Well, because you don't know what will happen tomorrow or the day after. Your cards will turn and you won't even find out about it because you already decided that you're not good enough and you don't want to keep on trying. Or you don't want to get up because you do not like the way that you look lately. I mean, again, the problem will not resolve itself on its own or by you skipping out on yourself. Or even things like, I am unloved, nobody likes me, I have no boyfriend, no girlfriend, no partner. Again, also not factual, because first and foremost, you should strive to like yourself. And if worst comes to worst, I'm sure that your mom still likes you regardless, or anyone in your life really. You will find one person that likes you for sure, but hopefully that is you. Basically, what I'm getting at here, chances are, is that whatever you identified as the culprit responsible for your lack of motivation and willingness to currently participate in life will usually not be life-threatening and or irreversible. Life goes on, change is constant, and you never know what's waiting for you around the corner and how far you can actually jump, and you never will know unless you pick yourself back up again. You have to remind yourself of why you do what you do and why you want what you want. Picture your life 5 years from now, or even 1 or 2 years from now. What do you see? Where do you want to be? How do you want to feel? And then remind yourself that even though you may not be happy with where you are in life right now, it's all just a stepping stone. And if you put in the discipline, ain't no mountain high. Ain't no mountain high. Only through motion can you get to your ultimate goals and desires. All the lows can eventually lead to the highest of highs. But also, guys, if you really hate something in your life to the point where it's making you feel miserable, stressed, and consequently sick even, you should definitely consider a change. You should always prioritize reducing stress, because you know what they say, stress is a silent killer, and we ain't ready to die yet. Anyways, enough with the pep talk. Next thing to do is to think of anything, literally anything that is good in your life right now and that you are grateful for. It can be something as basic as, oh, the sunny roofs outside my window look so pretty right now. Obviously, it won't be the case for everyone, but what I mean is that the smallest 3 to 5 things that you can find real appreciation and gratitude for right now will have the most profound effect on your perspective. For myself, I personally try and write these down, these points of gratitude, 3 to 5. The research of keeping a gratitude journal speaks for itself. When you write something out, you create a deeper focus, and the gratitude part of it releases dopamine and serotonin, which are the neurotransmitters that are responsible for making us feel good and in turn easing feelings of anxiety and depression. We so often forget that not everybody gets to see the light of day the next day. Not everyone gets to eat the foods that we eat. Not everyone has a job and a source of income. Not everyone has a family to annoy the shit out of them. Like, stop taking things for granted. I know it's deep, but life is short, and one day you'll be like, fuck, why did I not appreciate those sunny roofs when I had the chance to? You know? This next one is actually an interesting one. I would also 100% recommend that you stand in front of your mirror and lift your arms up in like a winner's pose. Do this for 2 minutes and try smiling if you can. And if you can't, just fake it. Smiling wires up our brain for positivity. It's so simple, but so great. Breathe naturally and embrace the potential awkwardness. Once the 2 minutes are done, slowly put your arms down. Breathe slowly, close your eyes, and feel the difference that it's made. You'd be surprised by the shifts that holding these poses for just a few minutes can actually create. It's real science, and as Morihei Ueshiba once beautifully put, a good stance and posture reflect a proper state of mind. Now let's get to the more practical tools. I have found for myself, and this is also scientifically proven by the way, that if I fully shut my blinds at night and then no light can get in for when I need to wake up, it's like game over for me. So whether you leave your blinds open at night or you open them up first thing when you wake up, please just do it. And if natural light is not available to you, just turn that light switch on. Any light is better than no light. It signals our body that it is time to reprogram itself out of melatonin production and into a wakeful state. You can also turn on some music. I know the idea seems kind of annoying with all the loud noises and everything, but I have experimented with this one myself and it actually works. Music has a huge power over our moods and states, so put something like fun, like the Spice Girls on, or whatever makes you happy and reminds you of the good days, and let your body move. Let your emotions move through your body, out of your mind, and into like a fun dance. Once you get yourself mentally and physically at least semi-going, set yourself some manageable goals for the day, and when completed, celebrate it as if you just climbed Mount Everest, because I'm sure at that moment in time it might actually feel like you've been climbing up a mountain. My small goals, as an example, would be something like go for a walk. Great activity to snap yourself out of it. Cook a healthy meal. Answer that one work email, or do just like a small task for work. Do a stretch if you can't fully push yourself to go to the gym. Baby steps. It's all about the baby steps, baby. Slowly, step by step, your mind starts getting distracted from its own demise. And without even noticing, with just that one email, you have already finished a whole day's worth of work. Huh? And if all else fails, And even if not, get yourself an accountability buddy. Like my bestie / my business partner, Stay, and I, we have this accountability group together where we track our habits, share our daily meals, our sleeping patterns, and just like any kind of tips on personal development and growth and how to be your best, highest self. It honestly has been a game-changing motivational exercise. Both of us felt such a huge difference in our lives because of it. When self-responsibility falls a bit flat, a dose of healthy competition and peer support can never, ever, ever hurt. Implementing these little but powerful changes in perspective and mood hacks will help you get yourself into a more positive and proactive frame of mind, but not just for when you're feeling down, but also in your daily life in general. So try these out for yourself and hopefully you'll see a big difference. And lastly, guys, yeah, it is great to keep going and all, but if you literally can't and you just need a little bit of time off from life, then just let it be. And as I always say, be compassionate and kind to yourselves. Still stands, it always stands. As always, thank you for tuning in, you guys. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, share, comment. Your support is everything. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye.